Good evening, everybody. It is Saturday night, the 2nd of January, and I am recording in a hotel room in Lehi, Utah, which is part of the Salt Lake City area. And it has been a most eventful day, and despite how late it is here, I felt like I needed to talk about it regardless. As some of you may have seen on Twitter, there was a meetup today in Boise, Idaho, and I got to meet several Hexicans there, including Seth Mendoza, whose appearance was quite surprising. I was expecting him to be much older, and he wasn't. He was, practically a kid, and spent quite a bit of time visiting with the hexologist, which was really the main objective for me to go there. And it was just an awesome experience. I think in very short order, word is going to get around that hex meetups are going to be probably one of the most enthusiastic and happening events to go to. Just the energy of the whole room was just awesome, and I can't help but talk about it a little bit. And one of the things that some of us were speculating on, as far as something that Hex is going to be needing in the not too distant future, if things keep going the way they are, is that we are going to need the equivalent of the witness protection program, where we're going to have to fake our deaths and start our own island or our own town where we would live under new identities because of the size of the gains that will be coming our way. So as I was driving to the hotel this evening, it made me think of a movie that I liked when I was younger called My Blue Heaven, which starred the comedian Steve Martin, who plays a mobster who's testifying and has to go into witness protection and be looked after by Rick Moranis, who's also another comedian. And it was just one of the things that we were talking about. But another thing was that I was given some more details about the upcoming meetup in Florida in February that Crypto Coffee had first brought to my attention the other night. And of course, I'm not hosting that, so I don't know what the restrictions are regarding the size that will be allowed to gather. But I'm definitely looking forward to going there. I'm already making arrangements. So I don't know exactly which interstate goes across the south to get there. I don't know if it's 40 or 10 that I'll be taking. But if there's, excuse me, if there's any Hexicans along the way that will not be going to that would be interesting in meeting up, let me know. I'll be posting the route that I would be taking, and maybe I can meet some more people along the way. So that's what things are looking like for me. You know, since taking this trip, I've been to at least 4 states now that I'd never been to before. Uh, Iowa, or no, I'd been to Iowa before. Nebraska, Utah, and Idaho. So 3 states that I've never been to before. I've been through on this trip. And coming into Salt Lake City this evening, it was dark, so I couldn't really see the details of the surrounding terrain, but it's like you drive for dozens of miles before you actually reach the city limits of Salt Lake City, and just it's like this sea of light. And for a good part of that journey, it's like there's mountains on your left side and a valley on the right, and it's almost like driving into the city is like flying a low altitude aircraft, because the lights on the right, it appears that you're above them, while the lights on the mountain on the left, they're above you. And it's just was a very interesting spectacle to observe as I was coming in here. It was just unlike any other city that I've driven into at night before. It was really unique and just very interesting experience. And it's just been an adventure overall this whole time. And like I said, I can hardly wait to get back home so I can start making arrangements to do it all over again. Except it probably won't be as long when I go to Florida. So, I'm just really looking forward to the chance that we all have to gather in larger groups again. It is going to be awesome. Another thing that the hexologist and I were talking about at the meetup today is that being in hex is almost like being back in school again, especially if you are a 5555 day holder, staker. It's like those of us who staked for that length of time during the launch phase, it's like we are the first graduating class that is going through the hex program. And we're going to be associated with one another for this whole time period. And it's like the launch phase was like kindergarten. And I was thinking about this on the drive down here, that the people who dumped their bags during the launch phase are the equivalent of the kids who ate glue in kindergarten or chewed on their crayons, while the rest of us were learning how to finger paint and identify colors and stuff that kids learn in kindergarten these days. So it's going to be really neat to see how this all progresses. I mean, we're already into the second month of the second year of hex. You know, the launch phase is over. We're started the second year. So it's like, 5,555 days can actually go a lot faster than you think when you're on purpose about something. Time has a way of just flying by. And for people who would think, well, how do you know what life is going to look like 15 years from now? I don't really care. I don't take any thought for the morrow. The fact of the matter is, I fully intend to exist somehow, somewhere in 15 years, and the economic energy that I am putting into hex, first law of thermodynamics says that matter and energy cannot be created or destroyed. So, I fully expect that energy to exist also in some way or some form in 15 years also. So hex is just a means of quantifying that economic energy in the present. So, just doing what I've always done, just doing it now in a way that is just that much more beneficial. So these are just some of the things that have been happening throughout the day. And there's actually something else, but I'm not going to get into it here. I'm going to make a whole other video about it probably when I get back home tomorrow. It has to do with something that I observed before the meetup that doesn't specifically deal with hex, but it can be applied to it. So, like I said, I'll probably do that tomorrow. For now, I'm going to enjoy sleeping. It's almost 11 o'clock here and been driving for 5 hours. So anyway, you all have a good night if you watch this tonight or whenever. Enjoy life. Life is worth living. So I'll talk to you soon. Good night. Bye.